So in this session, guys, we've been talking about structure and fibs. That's what we're hitting on. And I wanna spin this session as like a Q&A. So whatever questions you guys have, what's up, Charles? Whatever questions you guys have about what we've been talking about, let's get answered. So, I can go through and show you guys stuff, but I want this to be very interactive. So hit me with any questions. Is everyone understanding fibs and structure up to this point? How's everyone feel about that? Is everyone catching on pretty fast, or how's that been going? Let me know in the chat. Market continuation. You want to talk a little bit about market continuation, Charles? We can do that. A market reversal. Okay. All right. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So yeah, here we go. GU's perfect example. Okay. So GU structurally, if we're looking at her, let's change the color. Let's make this something cool. Sure. All right. So structurally, GU, if you follow her down, not one time has she broken structure up to this point. And here we go right here. So push this down. Now I want to talk about this area right here because this is important too. So right here in this area, our structural point. A little more about structure, Sammy. Okay. No worries. So if we're following structure down, and Sammy, if you haven't watched Cody's videos on structure, I highly recommend him. He does a really good job of breaking those down. But our structural point in this instance was right here, right off in this area. Price wicks past it and then drops. She does not break. So structure holds here. Okay, so structure's still holding all the way through here, okay? Even in this area here. Price comes up, comes down. Our structural point is here every time. Every time, even though price flew all the way up here, this is not a structural update. Our structural update was here. Oh, let me delete these arrows so I can get these off my screen. Our structural update in this area was here, and the whole time, structure never broke. She came past it, but she never broke it. And here we are, still down here. So Charles, when you want to talk about continuations, GU, I mean, she has just been lovely. I actually just closed out a solid trade earlier today on her. I posted on my Instagram. I post a lot more stuff on my Instagram, charts and stuff. But continuation-wise, she's been bearish all the way through here. All the way through here. Right here. Boom, structure was off in this area. Broke. She's been bearish ever since. So when you want to look at continuations, right, and fibs work really well with continuations. Okay, you can't really use fibs on market reversals. So fibs are really great for market continuations. All right, so we've been bearish this whole time, right? And if I wanted to use fibs in this area, if I wanted to use fibs for this, does anyone know how I would draw those? Someone tell me. Tanya, hop off the recording and just drive. It's not that crucial, Tanya. It's getting recorded. Recorded. With consolidation, we're still in a downtrend. Yeah, Janelle. So down in this area, yeah, we've been just kind of whipping back and forth, but overall, yeah, we're still in a downtrend. Yeah, pound's been weak, man. Pound's been weak. I closed out my trade though. I closed it out. But let's talk about market continuation in here. So Charles, for instance, we're bearish, right? If we throw fibs, can you turn that down? Oh, okay. All right, if we want to catch a continuation, right, we can draw our fibs to our move, utilizing our pushes, right, our swings. So that move originated from here, started retracing here, all right, and this is more of a in and out kind of thing. But this whole time in here, you're bearish. You're just looking for sells. You're looking for sells. So we can go down to the lower time frame and see if it gave it to us. Yeah, look, your structural point was off in this area. It broke. Structure was switched to here. It held. Sold her down. Sold her down. And honestly, there you can, when you get into fibs, it's a quick in and out. But if you want to hold these trades, I mean, honestly, I got out. There's still no reason to be out of this trade. I got out just because I wanted to get out. Tired of looking at it. There's still no reason to get out of this trade here. This whole time, we're still in bearish structure. Look. Why would anyone be out of the sell trade yet? Our structural point is this zone right here. Because look, this is where that push came from, tip of this wick. That's our structural point right there. So when this breaks, we will no longer be bearish at that point on a technical standpoint. Yeah, even then, yeah, because even if it did break, yeah, I wouldn't. Because then you're just gonna have to worry about this area right here. So I wouldn't. She's still bearish as hell. Now looking really easy. But when it comes to continuations, you just got to follow the moves. Hop in on pullbacks. Fibs are really good for that. All right, hop down to lower time frame. Lower time frame structure breaks. Go for it. Yeah, I wouldn't be buying pound dollar. Honestly, I would wait for this area to break here. Because if we broke up above this, you know, that's cool. But this looks like even a higher time frame push right here. So this is probably a higher time frame structural point. I'd wait for this to break before I even decide. She'd have to really show me that she's bullish before I get in the buy. She's just been flying down, and she's still bearish. Don't tempt me, big fella. Yeah. So, and for this instance, like market reversal, Charles, that you wanted to talk about. That's what. Let me delete this. It's gonna bug me. That's what would have to happen for me personally to hop on a reversal, a buy on GU. You know, I would need to see the big boy structural point to break beforehand. You know, I want her to really convince me that she is bullish before I get in. Robert will do it, dude. Gotta watch him. He'll do it. But yeah, as of right now, she's still bearish. She's still bearish. Does anyone have, that's a mean exhaustion too. I'm mad she printed that after I got out. But what other questions are you guys having? Euro New Zealand was confusing? Oh, hold on. Let me catch up here. Hold on. So with your structural zones, Sammy, let me remove all this. So with your structural zones, you want to look for the areas. It's essentially the same thing with fibs, right? You look for where the move originated from, and then wherever it originated from to make, say we're bearish, to make that lower low, right? That is now our structural zone, right? So if I was looking at this resistance here, I would pull it to this wick, right here, because this wick needs to break. This area here needs to break before it's bullish, if we're right in here in this area, because it created a new swing low. So this was where our push started. That's our structural resistance. Okay, so for price to go up from here after creating this new swing low, you can't buy it. You can if you want to die. You can't buy this until this breaks like so. This is what you would have to wait for. You have to wait for the structural resistance to break. But does that make sense of where I'm drawing it from? The same thing with fibs. You take the furthest point, and that push that made that lower low is your structural resistance. Frank, GU stands for pound dollar. Euro New Zealand. You want to take a look at Euro New Zealand, Charles? Euro New Zealand. Okay, here we go. She's still doing this pattern? Okay, I figured she'd have broken out of this by now. She has been chilling. Okay, so for instance, there's a huge push up, right? Off in this area. Me personally, looking at her right now, yeah, y'all don't know that stuff. Yeah, we're going to stick to fibs and structure. But me personally, I'm looking at fibs like this. I'm looking at them like this. 78.6. I knew she likes that. I'm looking at fibs like this. Now, structure right here, structure breaks here off in this area. It's broken. This created our swing high. Structure is bearish. Structure is bearish, but you can't. You gotta be able to use some common sense sometimes. I mean, this was a mean push up. You can't disregard the strength of the bulls here. You know, so I would draw my fibs this way. And since structure broke right here, you could have sold it down. Overall, it's just a more riskier setup. So really, I wouldn't be trading her at all. I wouldn't be trading. That's why I haven't been trading her. For this reason, structure has been bearish, but she had this huge bullish move here. I don't like it. I don't like it. And for me to buy it overall, I would need to see the structural resistance break before. You know, it took me a long time to realize, but if a pair is confusing to you, if you do not like what a pair is doing, if you can't grasp what's really going on with a pair, don't trade it. Don't trade it. Now here we got a huge bullish move, right? This is how your fibs have to be drawn. You can't deny this. This is how the fibs are. You know, even though structure is bearish, I still feel like she wants to go up, in my opinion. You know, but I'm going to let her show me what it wants to do, and until then, I'm not going to trade her. Cody loves Euro New Zealand. He can have it. Euro New Zealand gives a lot of pips. I ain't gonna lie. But if a pair is confusing to you guys, go to another pair. There's so many other pairs. There's setups that occur all the time. Don't get stuck on one pair because everyone likes pound peso or some crazy shit like that. You know, like just use your best judgment. You know, no one's forcing you to take these trades. Okay. So you see where the 61.8 is in the 50? Yeah, Charles, what's up with the 61.8 and the 50? He's alcoholic. So Charles, the way that I have my fibs drawn, I have them set up for price to continue up because of this huge move here. Like this was the swing. You know, this move, from right here to right here is the move I'm looking at. And that's how I'm going to draw my fibs. So she's already come past the 50. She's already come past the 61.8. Euro New Zealand does like the 78.6. And I used to hate holding trades on her for that reason, because you always knew that you were about to get a mean 78.6 retracement. 78.6% of your profits go back down. As of right now, guys, like I don't want to trade her. Me personally, I don't want to trade her. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. All right. A, huge bullish impulsive move. You got this area right here that she's sitting on top of, 78.6 retracement, and technically right now she is bearish from a technical standpoint. But I don't want to trade her unless she does this. That's it. That's all I would wait for. And if she doesn't do that, I'm not going to touch her until she gets out of this area. Yeah, guys, if you don't force trades, by no means. Don't force any trades. Okay? Like there is a resistance up here at the 61.8 area. Okay, it's not everything looks good. Like, okay, here's an instance too that I wanted to mention on. Price is interacting at these fib levels, correct? Which lets me know that my fibs are drawn correctly. Okay, there's interactions everywhere. Look. At the 23.6, there's interactions on both sides of this, all through here. So 61.8 is getting respected. Everything's getting respected through here. So I know my fibs are drawn correctly, and she's bearish. I don't want to sell her, though, because of this. I don't want to sell her. I'm only going to try and buy her if she breaks and sustains above this. That would be it. Otherwise, I'm not paying any attention to her. You know, there's so many other pairs. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Janelle. So many other pairs to look at. What other questions you guys have regarding fibs and structure? It's a Q&A session. Show us a trade that's going to pay your sell. Go real quick. Yeah, I'm looking at other pairs. I've been eating off GU. Market reversal. Okay. You get rid of all this. All right. Let's see. What pair y'all want to look at? We can find an example on gold. We'll look at gold. They're going to be pissed. I've been eating on that too. All right. Gold. So let's see if we can find a market reversal area on gold. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Up here is where the market reversal took place, right? And this comes down to support and resistance like we talked about. These main areas here where price keeps falling. Pull it down to that wick there. Let me zoom in here. So just to be clear, we're pulling this down to this wick in here. Okay, and she dug right before she completely turned around. Okay, so when it comes to market reversal, okay, you have to there's a lot of things that you have to look at. You have to look at what price is doing. Okay. In this area, this is our resistance. Price keeps falling from this area. Okay. But we need extra confluence. Okay. And in this instance right here on this time frame, Charles, leading up to this market reversal, structure was right here. Structure's right there. Label this. So I got zones going everywhere. This is our structural support. Okay, because price dug right here and created a higher high in this instance. So our structural support is here. Okay, so any sells before this broke are riskier. Look, she came down, she hit structure, and she came back up, almost all the way back up. When this finally broke down, you got a solid retest, and she went. And she went. And at that point, look this retest, this is where you start implementing this stuff. Right here, this is our push down. I'm going to draw my fibs down. Boom. Right off in here. After the fact that this breaks, okay, now we've got our move down. She starts to retrace, retest our structural support as resistance. Perfectly. Perfectly. Big, mean green candle. Look at this. Big, mean green candle. Oh, hell. And that was the best candle to sell. Oh, let me do a box. This mean green candle was the sell candle. Okay, maybe you just wanted to wait for one more little red one to be sure. But she broke, retested, and she went. What's the issue? She was bullish until this area broke. And when she broke, she gave you the retest, and she went. Doink, doink. Oh, that was nice. Pinpoint 61.8 extension. Very nice. Go. My baby. Cody likes just about everything. Does anyone have any questions regarding the structure and the fibs used in this, and even the SNR? This is very, very easy stuff. All comes together. Oh my God. If anyone wants to know what's going on with gold, I recommend going to Cody's Facebook and scrolling back to like this is several months. This is quite a while ago actually, but there is a very, very detailed analysis on gold, and it'll blow your mind. I love it. It was intense as hell. What's the issue? What's the problem? Pips, guys. Everybody should be catching pips. Stuff is simple. USD CAD. Hold on. I think someone gave me a pair, and I ran by it. USD CAD, AU, USD CAD, USD CAD. I haven't looked at her. Oh, USD CAD. You gotta watch her. She'll do some, yeah. She'll do some crazy stuff on you. All right, let's look at UCAD. What's up with UCAD? UCAD is bullish. Bully. Yep. Yeah, she's bullish. She's bullish, and she's rejecting off a resistance, so you just gotta be careful. Dude, Bob. Oh, I like this color. Yeah, we're in an uptrend right now. Structure is bullish. Yeah. I don't want to get into stuff like that right now. I want to keep it very, very focused on structure and fibs. But yeah. Yeah, so let's look at her. Okay. So she's bullish. Okay, we've made it back up to the highs from this swing here. Do a different color. We're gonna make this green. So bullish. Boom. So here's our structure. This is what's going to keep us bullish. Now, a couple different things can happen. She can come all the way back, and she can go. Or she can break this, and she can fall. At that point, whatever swing she kind of gives, you're going to want to look at the fibs and adjust, but definitely don't try and be a hero and hold through all these different supports. Stochastics. Drop it now. So we wait to see what, yeah. Like right now, if you sold it right now, I mean, you could, you're at a resistance, price action and all that good stuff. But she is technically, on a technical standpoint, she is still bullish until this breaks. And once this breaks, she's bearish. Okay? Yeah, overall, I feel like she should head down, but I'm not going to sell her until she breaks this. Okay, I have a high winning percentage, and it's because I don't just willy-nilly sell. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. And no, I don't use stochastics. I don't use anything like that because honestly, like I when I first started trading, I know everyone like really pushed stochastics and RSI and all this stuff. I mean, hell, RSI would be like super overbought all the way off the screen. I'd sell it and I'd still lose. So I quit using it. Price will tell you what it wants to do before the indicator does. Yeah, Radiance. I hope I'm saying your name right. About 9 minutes. Okay. Yeah, you don't predict this market ever. Anyone who tells you they can predict the market, get far as hell away from them because they're BS. They're probably just trying to sell you something. No one can predict this market. You have to react. Let price show you what it wants to do. And you got to remember, guys, nothing works 100% of the time. You're going to lose. That's part of the game. We all lose. We all take L's sometimes. Yeah, exactly, Janelle. You can't guess. You can't assume. You can't make assumptions. Yeah. So from a technical standpoint, UCAD is bullish. What other questions y'all got? Q&A, baby. Let's do it. Facts. Factoids, Robert. How do I stay so fly? Veronica, I ain't gonna lie to you and tell you that it's not hard to be this fly. Done significantly better. Trading. Yeah, dude, no problem, Tyler. Glad we can help. And Cody really comes in and kills structure for everyone. Fibs are just extra confluence to everything, but it's with structure, it's super easy. You're able to get a bias on the market really fast and figure out what you need to see before you buy and sell. Okay, and that's a big kicker too. You have did you just post your gold analysis? Oh my gosh. Jesus. Good stuff. Yeah, everyone go check out Cody's gold analysis. I think it scared some people when they first looked at it, but bear with me. Just go back and look at it. Hey, I appreciate that. And I'm glad y'all enjoy the sessions. I'm really glad y'all enjoy the sessions. Does anyone know how much time I have left? Really quick. 7 minutes? Okay, cool. Somebody give me another question. Give me another pair. What's up? You try. I don't want to pull up you try. That was dyslexic. Okay. You try is doing the same thing that Ian is doing. She's doing the same thing. Huge bullish move up. Structure's bearish though. I mean, she's bearish. So any sell trades are fair game. Now, if anyone, and I know people will do it, Robert, talking to you, y'all go trade this, and I'm telling you right now, y'all need to be taking 0.01s on this trade, on these charts right here. On you try, it'll blow your account so fast if you're not careful. Okay. And yeah, Tamika, I prefer naked charts. I do. I prefer naked charts. But real quick breakdown of UTRI. Our structural point swung. It's off in this area, and I'm only doing this because of this wick right here. It broke. She sustained. She didn't pull all the way back for the retest, but she's bearish. And now structure at this point is here, off in this little area right there. Okay, so she's bearish until this breaks. And I'd be very careful, because I'm going to tell you. Big mean move up, and she's been bearish or bullish since the beginning of time on the higher time frames. That's what I like to see. I like to see these interactions here. But, you know, right now, I'm not going to trade her. I took a buy on her, and I exited. I got out like up here, because as soon as she flew up like this, I knew what was coming, a mean retracement. So I got out and just dipped. Y'all can check out my entry on my Instagram, too. I don't throw those on Facebook too often. I throw more of my charts up on Instagram. A little shamanic with wolf form. I believe it. I believe it. I'm honestly just waiting on her to give me a solid buy setup is what I'm doing. AUD. Okay. Let's look at AUD. And if I get cut off, guys, I'm sorry. AUD. 4 minutes. Okay. All right. Facts. Robert, you kill me, dog. All right, AUD. I'm going to ask you guys, are we bullish or are we bearish on this time frame? What are we? Yeah, she doesn't look bad. All right. Bearish, downtrend, bearish. Mario says bullish. I'll normally just T-Mobile. I'll normally just scan a couple of pairs. Bearish, bearish, bearish. Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, from a structural standpoint, we are bullish, and here's why. We're coming down on this time frame. When we're talking about structure, we're bullish. I'm just gonna leave that out because obviously it doesn't really matter for this. Doink. What happened? Somebody tell me what happened. Boom, bullish. Have the sellers been in control? Yeah, they have. But structurally right now, we're bullish. Bullish. Oh, she broke structure. She broke structure. And for her to go back to bearish, this would be the swing, but I would go as far as to even just include this whole zone. Unless this candlestick gets up here, we're going to get an update in structure right here. But right now, she's bullish. Yep, structure flipped. I like the 4 hour, but I'll go down to the hour 15 a lot if I've got time to kill. You know, I can trade any time frame. It doesn't matter. All the stuff works the same on any time frame. I will say the 1 minute stresses me out a little bit just because it's 1 minute candlesticks. Yeah, Cody, you can have the 1 minute, dude. I don't want to be checking the charts every minute. That's just me. You pull up 5 pairs all on the 1 minute, you got to check 5 candlestick closes every minute. That gets crazy. That's not my cup of tea. All right, guys, I know it's fixing to cut me off, so I'm going to leave you guys with this. This was fun. This Q&A session, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed this.